When it comes to protecting our children, Americans take every possible precaution. We strap our kids into car seats when we're driving. We insist on training wheels when they're learning to ride a bike. We vaccinate them against chickenpox, polio, and countless other illnesses. In other words, we do everything we can to make sure our children are safe. And that's why it's so distressing when threats to their health go undetected, particularly when those threats come from inside our own homes. In 2007, excessive lead levels were detected in a wide variety of children's toys. And up until that point, those products, which ranged from Thomas the Tank Engine toys to Winnie the Pooh play sets, were assumed to be safe. But when it turned out they were not, the Consumer Product Safety Commission launched a massive recall. All told, 17 million products were collected, and entrepreneurs played a critical role in getting them off the shelves. Needless to say, these small business owners wanted to protect their customers. However, what they didn't want and what they couldn't afford were the economic consequences of doing so, and in the end they suffered heavy losses and economic consequences they could not afford. To help ensure this type of massive recall never happens again, President Bush signed the Consumer Product Safety Improvements Act into law in August 2008. While the law was intended to protect our children, it has done less to accomplish that than to hurt small businesses all across our country. In today's hearing, we're going to examine the impact of that law on entrepreneurs and discuss ways to ease that regulatory burden. Now, recalls are never easy. Small firms already operate on tight profit margins, and additional outlays for destroying products and reimbursing retailers can often be devastating. Under the new law, small businesses are required to conduct costly product testing and use pricey new tracking labels. These requirements are well intended and good in concept, but their utility has yet to be seen. And what's more, they are extremely expensive for small businesses to comply with. Even the Consumer Product Safety Commission has admitted that the cost to small business might be crippling. In fact, the Commission estimates entrepreneurs will end up paying billions of dollars just to comply with the new regulations. For small manufacturers, product testing alone can cost hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars per item. The process of testing the 233 various components in a child's bicycle, one bicycle, might run close to $14,000 for one. Manufacturers are not alone in shouldering these costs. Small retailers, from toy stores to clothing shops, have also been affected. They are now saddled with countless items that they can't sell, and according to the Toy Industry Association, the new law has led to inventory losses which will reach close to $600 million. At a time when both the retailer and the manufacturing industries are struggling, these outlays might very well be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Obviously, we need to protect our children. We all support that. But we need to do it in a way that makes sense and doesn't cripple our small businesses. Fortunately, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, we believe, does have the authority to be flexible with these small firms. This is critical, particularly when it comes to product testing. For instance, it allows the rubber for a toy doll to be pre-tested at the rubber plant rather than the doll factory. This would go a long way. This kind of component analysis could reduce costs without compromising safety. Protecting our children is all of our top priority. It's extremely important for consumers to have confidence in the products they buy, and the Consumer Product Safety Act was intended to provide that confidence. But rather than streamlining and improving the process, it's added a crippling new level of complexity. As small firms continue to grapple with obstacles like restricted lending and tightening credit, we shouldn't be creating more roadblocks for those same small businesses. I'd like to thank all of today's witnesses in advance for their testimony. And when, unless Mr. Thompson, do you have an opening statement? I will, without objection, allow Ranking Member Fallon the opportunity to provide her opening statement when she arrives. So at this point, I will turn to the witnesses.
is the question.
And our first witness, thank you for being here, is the Honorable Nancy A. Nord. She's the acting chairwoman of the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission. She was appointed by President Bush for a term that expires in October 2012. Ms. Nord formerly served as General Counsel of the White House Council on Environmental Quality and as counsel to the House Commerce Committee. Thank you for being here, Ms. Nord, and welcome.
Held by many